The military response was delayed, but when it came, it was devastating. On September 27th, Israeli airstrikes targeted a hidden bunker in Beirut, delivering a decisive blow: the elimination of Hezbollah's General Secretary Hassan Nasrallah. This operation marks the boldest move yet in a campaign that began 10 days earlier with a wave of surgical strikes aimed at Hezbollah's communications and leadership. For years, Hezbollah had claimed the mantle of revolutionary Islam in the Middle East. Today, its future is uncertain, with its senior leadership wiped out in a matter of weeks. The bombardment that killed Nasrallah, flattening much of Hezbollah's stronghold in South Beirut, was a clear act of self-defense. Yet, as usual, critics in the West described Israel's actions as an alarming escalation. Hezbollah's barrage of rockets has rained down on northern Israel for over a year, driving tens of thousands of Israelis from their homes, terrorizing civilian populations. Yet these provocations elicited little from the same critics. The notion that Israel's response was an escalation ignores the months of aggression, a one-sided narrative detached from the reality of asymmetric warfare. Following Hamas's genocidal attack in the south of Israel, Hezbollah seized the opportunity to escalate its own conflict in the north. Israeli leadership, facing pressure from the United States, hesitated, choosing restraint at first. But that restraint could only last so long. With Hezbollah's relentless rocket fire and its unchecked military presence, Israel was left with little choice but to strike back. The dilemma for Israeli leaders was stark. Should they eliminate Hezbollah now while embroiled in a war with Hamas? Defense Minister Yoav Gallant advocated for immediate action, but Netanyahu, under US pressure, delayed a full-scale campaign. Nevertheless, the strategic wisdom of addressing Hezbollah head-on could no longer be ignored. With an estimated 100,000 fighters and a vast arsenal of long-range rockets, Hezbollah has long been Iran's most formidable asset in the Levant. The Iranian regime has invested heavily in its proxy, fostering an organization capable of sustaining protracted conflict with Israel. Then came a stroke of ingenuity. Israeli intelligence detonated thousands of Hezbollah's communication devices in a single blow, disrupting its entire network. The ensuing panic forced Hezbollah's leaders into vulnerable face-to-face meetings, giving Israel the perfect opportunity to strike, and they took it. The death of Hassan Nasrallah, who had led Hezbollah since 1992, marked the symbolic end of an era. For over 3 decades, Nasrallah spearheaded Hezbollah's military, political, and ideological war against Israel. But his death leaves a power vacuum, not just in Hezbollah, but also in Iran's regional ambitions. Nasrallah was Iran's key figure in Lebanon, and his demise raises questions about the future of Tehran's influence. While Hezbollah's anti-Israel ideology remains intact, its ability to carry out military operations has been severely weakened. The broader Iranian strategy, its so-called axis of resistance, is now exposed and vulnerable. Hezbollah is not just an isolated force in Lebanon. It has extended its reach into Syria, Iraq, and beyond. With Iranian backing, Hezbollah's forces have propped up tyrannies and committed atrocities far beyond Lebanon's borders. But this carefully constructed network is starting to fray. The public reactions to Nasrallah's death, from Beirut to Aleppo to Tehran, revealed a surprising undercurrent: joy. Hezbollah may have represented the resistance to some, but to many in the Arab world, it was also a symbol of oppression and Iranian dominance. Nasrallah's death opens up a window for Lebanon, a chance to reclaim its sovereignty, to possibly even make peace with Israel. Yet for Israel and its allies, this is not the end. Iran will undoubtedly seek revenge, but its deterrence, already weakened by past failures, is in tatters. And Israel must stay vigilant, not just against Hezbollah, but also against the looming threat of nuclear-armed Iran. By eliminating Hezbollah's leader, Israel sent a powerful message. It will defend itself, regardless of international pressure. The path forward is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Israel, Lebanon, and the entire region have a chance to redefine their future. The question is, will they take it? This video was based on an essay written by Brian Stewart, which was published in Quillette on the 30th of September 2024. You can read it for yourself. I've linked it in the show notes. Head to quillette.com to find other fantastic rational essays on not only the war in the Middle East, but a huge number of other topics. There you can also become a Quillette member. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you like it, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to Quillette for more updates on the war. Thank you so much.